While there are many paths the school may take on the road to promoting leadership and learning, this is our journey. A great deal of solid groundwork was established in developing collaborative and consistent approaches to learning at NMES. The culture of a professional learning environment to facilitate the learning of all students was well in place as our professional dialogue began about 21st century learning. We looked at research to promote our professional dialogue surrounding what is 21st century learning. Sometimes it was easier to define what it is not. What it is not was evaluated in the organization of classrooms and school environments, student activities and assignments, teaching approaches, student assessment, and co- and extracurricular opportunities for the students. As we moved away from and evaluated traditional approaches to schooling, we molded a new vision of 21st century education. Feedback from staff, students, and parents reassured us that we were on the right path. Collectively, we were confident in our school vision and school improvement process. We recognized that we didn't need to have all the answers regarding 21st century learning, but simply headed in the right direction. Our approach was to evaluate our strengths and build on them. Throughout this process, we frequently stopped to reevaluate our path and our mission to ensure that student learning and student success stayed at the heart of what we were doing. We challenged ourselves to weave the 21st century competencies into all areas of the curriculum. In particular, our conversations with staff and students focused on facilitating creativity. How could we be creative in our approaches as educators, and how could we facilitate students' creativity? As we grappled with defining creativity, a grade 2 student may have defined it best. Creativity is imagination in action. Our approach is always to start small and move slowly in order to support sustainable change. At first, creativity was apparent in very traditional ways, such as in the art curriculum. Then it expanded to other areas of the curriculum. As teachers began to dialogue, a new buzz developed about creativity. As our professional creativity improved, so did the students. We continued to explore and push the definition of creativity, seeking advice from our students, parents, and community. Our original vision was enhanced learning. But as we proceeded to discuss leadership and 21C competencies, we agreed that there was a need to make those components an explicit part of our vision, thus initiating a revisioning process. A 21C steering committee was formed at the school to prompt ideas and develop process to connect learning and leadership. This committee was open to all staff at New Maryland Elementary School. The transparency of the committee was instrumental in the implementation of change. One of the first and pivotal suggestions from the 21C Steering Committee was for staff to perform a self-assessment to indicate individual competencies with technology as well as set a SMART goal for a particular area of improvement. This information was collected and staff was paired for embedded professional development with a technology mentor to help them meet their goals. It was a personalized, learner-centered approach that emphasized the power of collaboration. The improvement in technology skills, confidence, and integration of technology in the learning environment was impressive. Due to increased confidence with technology and collaboration with their partners, the learning and integration did not end with the absence of the technology mentor. Staff continued to set new goals and challenge themselves. This paradigm for the change process was familiar to the staff as we evaluated where we were in our process for the past 7 years. It is something that is revisited at regular intervals by the whole staff. We question our placement in the cycle and discuss the steps necessary to proceed to the next step. As we embarked on the revisioning process of integrated technology in the classroom to support leadership and learning, we were strategic in ensuring that creative tension was not at the breaking point. In addition to having a partner to collaborate with, a student club called the Techsperts was established. These students served as an in-house tech support for teachers who were encountering unexpected issues during the day. It was a win-win opportunity for staff and students as teachers were supported in integrating technology in the classroom and students were proud to demonstrate their technology skills and develop new leadership skills. Professional development is supported by professional dialogue. Throughout the change process at NMES, a shift towards professional dialogue has been noted. As staff and students became more empowered and passionate about their learning, conversations quickly reflected a more professional and driven school. As we continue to develop, we hope to bring community members and parents into our professional dialogue to enhance their learning and ours. We already had a well-established code of conduct, but we felt the need to emphasize our culture of learning as well with a code of learning. This was developed by the 21C Steering Committee with partnership with students and brought to the whole staff for finalization. It provided a common paradigm and language for staff and students. The networking and professional dialogue with our Microsoft partners through virtual universities and team meetings provided additional support as we entered into this journey. Shared leadership among the students and staff is valued, encouraged, and expected at New Maryland Elementary. The culture of shared leadership was developed slowly and in hand with our 21st century goals. As staff and students began to understand the demands and freedoms of 21st century learning, they embraced the necessity of shared leadership and have begun to understand their role in the leadership of the school. The culture of shared leadership among staff at NMES is well established. Increasingly, students are becoming part of making things better and making things work. Students have become involved with organization of clubs, activities, and special events. Recently, students have begun advising administration and teachers of how they see their school progressing. Their suggestions include improved use of school spaces, the inclusion of self-directed curriculum extensions, proposing playground modifications, and the monitoring of extracurricular activities. We were pleased in the spring to hold a school-wide Connexpo to showcase our 21st century learning environment. We invited parents, district and Department of Education staff, municipal and provincial politicians, and business representatives to our school. The event was extremely well attended by all and helped parents in the community better understand what 21st century learning looks like. The students were involved in every aspect of the program, from greeter to demonstrating computer skills. Students were well prepared to both show and tell how they learn at New Maryland Elementary School. Connexpo was an opportunity to celebrate our learning environment as well as educate the public about our creative, collaborative, and connected classrooms. Start small, move slowly, and build on strength. The basic foundation of shared leadership and investment in professional development created a springboard for innovative practices in the classroom. As school became more effective in meeting the needs of the 21st century learner, student learning improved. This was seen through the improved quality of student work and achievement on standardized tests. We are now in a high readiness state at New Maryland. Staff and students are both highly able and willing. We have more team teaching than ever before and have recently created a flexible 21C learning space, the Hub, that is available to the whole school. Teachers can send small groups of students to the Hub to work on projects, collaborate in multi-age groupings, and pursue learning goals that are of interest to them. The possibilities of this learning space continue to unfold. Money, bureaucracy, scheduling are ongoing challenges in public education and are expected. While we are fortunate to have more technology than most in our school district, the maintenance and support of the technology in light of budget cuts has become a challenge. These challenges require creative approaches to fundraising. We were very conscious throughout this process to move slowly to prevent teachers from becoming overwhelmed and frustrated. We are confident our changes are sustainable because we are focused on strength. We have a clearly defined vision, and we continue to implement change at a slow pace. Our discussions surrounding creativity are never-ending. We are constantly looking for new ways to promote and support our staff and students as they explore their creativity. Creativity is becoming the driving force of the process and products of our learning. Now that we have created a culture of leadership and innovation within our school, our focus is now shifting to apply these skills to supporting community and global problems. We want to create global citizens, connecting students with their community and connecting students with the world.